Curious George marches in the parade. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. This morning, George woke up to find a flag attached to his bedpost. He was curious at first, but then he remembered it was Celebrate Our Town Day, and there was going to be a picnic. There was going to be a parade. "Good morning, George," said the man with the yellow hat. "Are you ready for Celebrate Our Town Day?" George packed his wagon with everything he would need: his flag, his picnic basket full of delicious snacks, and his little trumpet, of course. "Time to go, George," said the man. George could hardly wait. Everyone in town was heading to the park for the celebration. George and the man met some friends on the street. They had flags and picnic baskets too. George was very impatient to go, 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 but he remembered to wait for the red light before crossing the street. Finally, they arrived at the park. "Are you hungry, George?" asked the man. "We have all the good snacks you packed. Let's eat before we play." George felt impatient again. He wanted to climb trees, but he was also feeling hungry. He and the man had a delicious picnic. They ate juicy plums and sweet homemade pie, and gulped down cups of cool lemonade. George licked every last crumb from all 10 fingers and toes, and then he was ready. Playtime! George couldn't pick just one game, so he played them all. He climbed up a lamppost, like only a monkey can, to catch a wild frisbee. He played some jacks, and he only dropped a few. He won a game of hopscotch in 3 seconds flat. Monkeys are very good at hopping. At the playground, George slid down the slide in a blur of fur, whoosh, and spun his friends on the merry-go-round, maybe just a little too fast. Then it was time for the parade. George and the man and all of their friends found a spot on the sidewalk to watch. It was a good spot, but George thought he would be able to see better from higher up. He was very impatient to see the float and the band. He could hear them playing, but he couldn't quite see them. So he climbed and climbed up a tree, as only a monkey can. And look, he could see the float with Lady Liberty riding tall. He could see the band and hear their happy tune. He could see the pretty white horse prancing at the front of the line. George was very happy with his watching spot until, crack! The branch broke. Down George fell. He landed with a crash. The sound frightened the horse. The horse threw her rider. The rider ran after the horse. The horse barreled into the float, and Lady Liberty toppled into the street. The parade was ruined. George felt awful. George thought and thought. There had to be a way to clean up the mess. He was very impatient for a good idea, and then he had one. He needed a dress, some stars, and some string. Something for a torch. An ice cream cone, of course. And last but not least, the horse. Luckily, she was as impatient for a snack as George was to get the parade started again. Finally, everything was ready. Lady Liberty held her torch high. The band took their places and tuned their instruments. The acrobats stretched and twirled. The clown did tricks, while the fire chief and his Dalmatian took their places. George jumped up on the horse and waited patiently for everyone to find their places. Then he blew his whistle, and away they went. It was a beautiful parade at last.